DIY Hack the Panke came out of a series of meetings between artists, scientists, and curators and art theoreticians in early 2018. In late 2017, Art Laboratory Berlin had a 3-day conference, Non-Human Agents, and several of the scientists who attended or took part in the conference expressed interest in working with artists. Unfortunately, most of them didn't have their own labs but were working as postdocs or doctoral students at the time. So it became very obvious that we would have to do this on a DIY basis.
I'm very happy to see now that we are nearly 4 years existing as an art science group, DIY Hack the Panke. Well, as an art theoretician and a curator, I see a lot of translation in my part. The group members together, the artists and scientists we have known already from previous projects. And we wanted to research interdisciplinary with the public. So my role was also a very practical one, like a facilitator, curator of the event program, like workshops, performances, walk and talks that we have done mainly in 2019, already in 2018. And I also have recently published several papers and articles. So basically here again, I try to be a translator from my own perspective, from art theory, hybrid art, to write about this research that we've been doing for the last 3-4 years.
When I started to write the project for DIY Hack the Panke, I didn't know yet which kind of algae was living in the water. Of course, I was sure that something interesting was coming out, but I didn't know yet that the algae living in the water was the diatom algae. Yeah, the only way to discover this was because I had the possibility to work with the India Mansur, which is one of the scientists involved in the project. We did this together in the lab. So India gave me the possibility to go deeper and discover this beautiful thing.
DIY Hack the Panke is of great importance to me. For a start, it's really wonderful to be part of such an eclectic transdisciplinary community, and I feel that my personal practice has benefited greatly from the exchange with the other DIY Hack the Pankers. The DIY Hack the Panke community works together developing new ideas, and then we take them out and we work with participants who come to the workshops, and by doing that, by discussing the thematics that we're exploring in the workshops, we get all of these new ideas that we create with the participants as well. And so every time we deliver a workshop through DIY Hack the Panke, new ideas come through, not only for us, but also for the participants who join us.
I was very interested because I live close by the Panke River, so I knew the area, and I also knew Art Laboratory Berlin as a place where a lot of transdisciplinary, interesting exhibitions take place, and also collaborations. And I've been following them around. In 2018, I met Kat Austin at DIY Hack the Panke, and we kind of matched in our general research idea, and managed to design several workshops now on the topic of microplastics, involving the Panke River as a kind of site-specific research field.
I find that when I create works entirely on my own, I have very specific ways of approaching a topic, as well as responding to a specific kind of environment, in this case, the Panke River. And collaborating always helps me be really challenged in what I do and how I respond to things. And with Hack the Panke, I've found that engaging with the river, both myself and through the knowledge and experiences of the other participants, as well as the people involved in the workshops, members of the public, as well as students, has really helped me engage with it, not entirely differently, but in a more enriched way. and has really led to projects and workshops that I never would have just expected in isolation, and being able to sort of see and experience the Panke River newly again, kind of.
I was also involved with a walk and talk and the focus of that walk and talk was to understand on really long and kind of broad scales how the environment was shaped. Generally, the environment of Berlin and these kind of long geological processes that had led to shaping it, but then zooming into the time that we're living in now, talking about processes of decay of natural material like leaves and also artificial and man-made materials. So what happens when plastic or cigarette butts are thrown around the river and then start breaking down? And how do pieces of those things affect the environment, affect the ecology, and actually form the environment in some way? You know, when you have all these microplastic particles, that's a new piece of environment that's there. And yeah, that when we were walking along the river and collecting anthropogenic materials that we were finding and trying to think about the different ways that those materials might affect the river as we know it and be changing the landscape and the, you know, niches that are available for the organisms. There's quite a bit of graffiti along the very urban parts of the Panke. And there's one that says, the Panke's not dead, it just smells bad. And I think that's funny because it is in this, the quality of the Panke used to be quite a bit worse, actually. And we still see, when we're there, so much trash in the river. I mean, I pulled a hairdryer out of the Panke once. Like, there's just all sorts of garbage in there, but it definitely is a living space. And I think that it's funny that somebody, recognized that, and they're like, no, like, this is our Panke, and like, maybe it doesn't smell great, and maybe it's a little dirty, maybe we've got a ways to go, but it's not dead.